I gotta tell you, it's super fun when a company makes something that you didn't even think you wanted, and then it turns out to be interesting enough that it might actually be part of your daily setup. Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier. This one literally falls into either of two categories, which are, what am I looking at, why would they do that? Or, like I said, things that I didn't think I needed until I tested them. Before we do any of this, it's very unlikely that if you are a fixed-wing pilot that this would be actually interesting to you. This is more targeted at your space sim pilots. So your Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen types, those of us that have a stick in either hand. VIRPIL contacted me and said, if we send you something new, would you like to test it and make a video, but not say anything or post anything about it until we say go? Obviously, because you're watching the video, I said yes, and I've had a chance to take a really detailed look at this new VPC-Z extension. Transparency is that I didn't pay for this, it was sent for review, but my opinions are my own here, as it wasn't actually something that I was planning to buy anyways, right? So, no BS channel, built up over 7 years, and I'm not about to change that formula. So let's begin with some backstory. Many of us may have seen 3D printed contraptions on Reddit forums and in Discords that have popped up. I quickly dismissed them. Honestly, I never gave them any consideration because I figured that no matter how well it was printed or how good the STL file, it would eventually break, flex, or suck in many other unanticipated ways. I don't have time to mess around with yet another point of frustration or a point of failure. And once I received the VPC-Z extension, I did a little bit more research. I went onto Thingiverse, downloaded some of those STL files to make them, and confirmed. Junk. Like total junk. Not even worth the plastic it was printed on. Janky, sketchy, crappy, junky. I think I made myself clear. You pay $500 or more for one of the best gimbal grip combos on the market, and then attach a 25-cent piece of plastic between them? No thanks. And this further reinforces why I never looked at this. So that's the mini rant, and it's over, but it was done for a reason, and I'm going somewhere ending on a point. I really took notice when this product arrived because obviously there was enough interest or enough merit in the design ergonomics for VIRPIL to commit resources, likely lots of them, to make this product at their quality standards. I imagine they also thought similarly to me that adding a bunch of cheap, junky plastic to their product was a shame, so metal. Metal threads, metal structure, bolt secured adjustments, thick and durable powder coating. Most importantly, it won't flex, it won't break, it can't fall off, and it won't mess you up when you need it the most. There are a set of included Allen keys, and this is important. To attach this to a gimbal, you should back off the 3 Allen set screws, attach the threaded metal collar as usual, but then to further secure it, you would use the smaller Allen key. You can do the same on the newer grips to make sure nothing can move. I tested it with Alpha grips, and of course, I also tested it with the Hawk 60. There's really nothing more complicated to it than that. Let's take a look at the mechanics involved in tilting a grip in this manner. Obviously, it's the more natural position for the left hand. Hands lay flat like typing, more naturally than vertically like holding a joystick. Placing a grip on a 45 degree in this manner is a more natural position. How might that change the input though? Look at the handle on a lawnmower, and due to the angle it makes with the pusher and the frame, some of the force that's needed to move forward is basically wasted pushing down on the mower. My fear was to move in either X or Y, I would also need to add twist unnaturally, but that wasn't my experience at all. Mechanically, because this Z extension is locked tight and can't rotate, your front, back, left, right motions translate very well without any additional effort. It's almost seamless. And the Z axis is built into the lower grip section of VIRPIL grips, so that also is perfectly isolated. Because this device has its own range of adjustment, it's very likely that you'll quickly find a balance that works for you. We spoke about why it exists, how it's built, and how it operates, so let's talk about some other things that I considered and tested, and then I'm going to close out on the video. So I'd considered that this works very well with a left stick in space games, basically recreating some of that feeling that you have from having a HOTAS throttle. The angle is very comfortable. Could it be used in your left or right hand? Yes, very much so. But I haven't been able to test this configuration because I only have one. But I can see a situation where some of you pilots might want one in each hand. And if you're using a very heavy grip on a very weird angle and a very weak spring, you may have difficulty with centering because the center of mass is off, right? Just something to consider. So final thoughts. This seems to be a very great product to fill the need in an ecosystem that was highlighted by some crafty pilots who thought outside the box. I think it's fantastic that VIRPIL took the proactive approach and brought this very quickly to market. I've already bought one more to make a set of 2 for testing in the future, and as I'm going to be live streaming very soon, there will be a lot of opportunities for the community members to see how I set up my gear, my bindings, and ask questions. At the time of making the video, the product is listed in the store at €45. I would expect this to be very popular, so it may be sold out often, which of course is frustrating, and hopefully supply can keep up. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. If you liked the video and got something out of it, please consider sharing within the communities that you're part of. 50% of all views here are from watchers who are not subscribed, so please consider also supporting in that way. I always aim to entertain, fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.